Go.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Are You Serious? This is the quarantine version, coronavirus version.
Yeah.
We never thought it would come to this. We got our guy, Mr. Browning. He's usually behind the scenes, but now he's on the show with us. And we got Trystan Spiess along with us with his little headset on. And we don't have Josh today, but he'll be joining us in soon episodes. But like I said, we got Mr. Browning instead. He doesn't have that much to add usually. He has, little knowledge, but we'll take whatever we can get. But first on the list for Are You Serious is that each of us talk about what has kind of coronavirus, like, what is your thoughts on all this that have gone on in like these weeks and this month, since it's been just absolutely crazy?
I mean, I didn't think it'd get this big, to be honest. I thought it'd be just like like Zika, come in, just, kind of quiet, but it's canceled everything now. It's basically
Right.
summer break. I mean, there's kids that really don't do their schoolwork anymore. Like there's no like a lot of kids. I mean, what is there like SRO will come to your house if you don't do it or something like that. But I mean, like uh, boring life now. No sports to watch, just a bunch of repeats. Like I watched the Vikings beat the Saints and Minneapolis Miracle last night. So hey,
Well, you really
that's what
are
it's
good
come
at
to.
it, huh? Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the depths right there.
From a professional standpoint, it makes me realize how much I miss going to work and how much I miss interacting with students in my classes and my coworkers. And then personally, how much I rely on live sports.
Oh yeah.
Whether that is an NBA game or a random college basketball game or a random PGA Tour event, just things like that aren't there now, and you're left just kind of wondering what to do with yourself. I
Right.
think I'm probably driving my wife crazy because I'm sitting there doing nothing. And once my work for school's finished, it's like, okay, well, here I am. Let's find something on YouTube to watch. It really is a crippling situation right now, and not to say that sports matter more than some of the other things that are going on, because I know there's thousands and thousands of people who are dealing with things way worse than what we are, but there's varying levels to how this virus is affecting people.
For sure. And I gotta say, I mean, the sports world is like taking a huge, it's going downhill, but so is like life in essence. Like everybody's just going downhill. Like you hate to see it happening. Like I don't wish on anybody, but I will say, as for just strictly sports, it has been hard not having any live sports. You wanted to see March Madness. I want to see the
Oh
NBA
yeah.
keep going, and everything else that would be happening. But to a certain extent, I'm kind of enjoying the throwbacks. Like they had the 2006 football national championship game last night at USC in
Yeah.
Texas. They were
What
playing.
a game.
Yeah, they were playing LeBron James when he was at St. Vincent St. Mary last night also. And I mean, they played the KU national championship game a few weeks ago, and we saw Bill Self live tweeting it, and that was hilarious. So it sucks, but to a certain extent, it's kind of refreshing, because these are things that I probably would have never watched again. Like I don't think I would have ever honestly watched the national championship from 2008. I would have never watched another LeBron playing with St. Mary. So it's kind of cool to see ESPN broadcasting them, and even on Twitter, you can see people like they're all coming together. Like somebody posted an Andre Miller highlight, for crying out loud. Like, are you kidding me? I just think it's crazy. I'm like, in the sports world, it's just kind of changed. Like we all have to find stuff to entertain ourselves from the past, and I think that's kind of been refreshing.
Koby, I
But
was going to ask you, I know we talked privately a few times about how you weren't able to finish, you and your teammates finish off your season. And I was wondering if you've had time to kind of reflect on it and the abrupt ending to it. I know I've had to write some stories for Vite with teams that also had had advanced to the semifinals. And I just was curious as to how you've compartmentalized all of it since it happened. It's only been 3 weeks, which is crazy. It feels like it's been 6 months since this happened.
yeah.
But how did you deal with all that?
The first week, it was tough. Like I was like, I cried. I think a lot of our team cried, because we wanted to see how far we could go. But and then when we got the news that school was done also, and I wouldn't get to see my guys at school anymore, that made it even worse. But now that kind of 2-3 weeks have passed, it's kind of eased me a little bit. I still go. I've watched the game probably over our last game at least 20 times, maybe even 30, because I just miss it. And of course, you want to see like what could have been. In my deep in my heart, I have like I think there was a possibility we could have won it all, and I think we all thought that.
Show that shirt off real quick, you know.
And that's the other thing I was gonna say. I'm kind of at ease now because for the rest of my life I went out on a win, so I'm telling everybody I was a state champion.
Yeah.
Because state champions end up
Why
winning.
not?
Exactly. So you see it on my shirt, but then I mean, I just kind of come to ease with it. And of course, there's that little part of me that's like, what could have been. And, all teams are thinking that, especially spring sports teams. I feel really bad for them. But I've kind of started to come to ease with it all.
Well, because the thing was like, okay, so we would have played Augusta, and we lost to Augusta at the buzzer on a deep three.
Right.
And then if we would happen to have won that game, we play either KC Piper, who was really good.
Oh
yeah.
Our Bates, but then you also played Miege,
Mark Mitchell,
So I mean, it's not like it was okay. We had our one time, our moment in the summer where we beat Parsons and then we're done. We could have won 2 more games. It's not crazy to think that at all. And
for sure, because we beat Andale, of course, at the buzzer one season, and Andale was up on Miege by 14 at one point.
Right.
Were they really?
Bueller was up on Miege by almost 10 at one point in the game also, and not Miege, Piper. They're up on Piper by almost 10 at one point, and Piper came back and won handily by like 20, I think. But still, we were playing good basketball, and I think, we beat the team that was 21-1. Right. Anything happened. I mean, it was madness, March Madness. Anything can happen.
I don't want to take over the show, Koby, because this is your show. But I do want to ask Trystan a question, just because I've gotten to talk to so many teachers about how this is affecting them, not being at school, the uncertainty of the future. And so, Trystan, and then we get to sports, and you guys can run your show. I don't want to take this over, but you don't have a senior year anymore. You don't have graduation. You don't have a prom. You don't have the senior awards ceremony. All the things that you would have had, you don't have anymore. How are you and your friends dealing with this? And has it been easy to cope with? Are you relieved to a certain degree? Or what are the emotions that you feel with all of this?
I mean, I was kind of happy that there's like no school for the rest of the year. You can kind of just chill out. You kind of stay up late, sleep in, all that. But I know a lot of kids were very affected by not having a graduation or anything like that. Which I can see that. Like mainly the girls in the school were not very happy about that. 'Cause, they want to have that time with their family and pictures and whatever.
Kind of like closure, I would say.
Yeah, that closure. But I mean, I don't think have they really even called graduation off exactly?
Well, not specifically.
Not specifically yet, but we'll see.
I can't say too much because there's a lot of privacy issues. But I know that the district is going to recognize you guys in some way. What that looks like at this point, nobody knows. But they want to do that because of all your hard work. And it also goes to we have teachers retiring. Teachers have been in the district for a long time who are retiring, and so there's a lot of things that they want to do. But until the CDC takes those restrictions off, and our governor does, to really do that. So I'm done talking. Koby, you run your show. I just was curious at how you guys were dealing with all this.
Okay, and our next thing was, you see, also that was good.
Yes.
That helped me ease it a little bit. There's some good that came.
A little signing day out front of your house there, at the fan.
But social distance signing.
Yeah.
But, my next one was how have you guys gotten your sports fix in? Like, how have you stayed sane through all of this? I'll start with you, Brian.
Well, during the course of a normal day and throughout the year, I maybe play video games once a week because I got 2 kids that are 4 and under, so it's hard to really do that. But video games actually have kept me relatively sane through all this. In fact, I think you guys remember I was supposed to leave tomorrow for the Masters.
Yeah.
That's put off until maybe November is what they're talking about now. So I bought an old Tiger Woods PS3 game that has the Masters on there. And so that's kind of how I've done it so far. And I've watched during March Madness, I've gone back and watched some of the KU's big games recently. But other than that, we watch a lot of Netflix, a lot of Hulu, and just like you said, Koby, there is a refreshing element to this. That there's not like KU plays at 8:00. I gotta get myself hyped up for this game tonight because we're playing whomever. Now I can sit back and watch reruns of The Office or Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine and stuff. So it's a balance between both worlds, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. No, I've been watching those old LeBron high school games. I watched him against Mater Day. I watched him against Oak Hill. watch
I
those on YouTube,
fine.
watch those highlights, and then a lot of video games I've been playing as well. I've been probably 5 hours a day, honestly. There's really nothing else to do. A lot of Madden.
I tell you what, and what's bad now is that my son, who is 20 months, sees me playing them and now has an interest in doing it as well, which
Oh
my wife
yeah.
is not thrilled with that development. But you know what?
Hey,
This quarantine life means quarantine measures, is how I see
Yeah, yeah, it's
give him
true.
that. Give him the unplugged controller.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, make him think he's playing. Yeah.
I would say for me, I mean, I play video games. I mean, I really don't play that much, but ever since this quarantine has gone, I've been playing them at least almost every day. It feels like I'm kind of during the week. I'm kind of trying to stay off of them as possible, and you do other stuff. But for the most part, it's been play video games, go work out, go watch Netflix. Okay, I finished All American. I finished Tiger King. I'm starting Ozark now. I played
Hey,
a lot
that's
of
what I'm watching
NBA.
Ozark right now. I'm watching
Ozark,
Ozark right now. It's
Ozark is good. I started
I'm
Ozark.
halfway through season 2, so yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
it's good. Like I said, it's basically just been that. I've had to go find outdoor goals to go shoot when it's not windy and when it's not freezing like today. You have to go kind of get creative in
Mhm.
you don't just can't just go out and do anything now. I can't just be like, oh, let's go to so and so and do with whoever. Everybody's on their own now, and not on their own in the sense, but stuck in the house. So
And that's the thing, like
everybody's had to.
you take things for granted. Like, okay, I'm
Mhm.
kids are taking a nap. I'm gonna go to the Y and work out. Nope, can't do that anymore.
Can't
You
do
can't,
that, no.
Yeah,
Nope.
even golf courses like the golf course I play at, they've raised their cups so they're about an inch above ground, so you don't have to reach in and get the ball out of the cup anymore. So like there are all these weird restrictions now. So it's so odd. Even like you only one person per cart, 15-minute tee time. So everything has been affected. You just can't go do the normal things anymore. And I think that's the biggest issue with me is like the day-to-day life stuff. Yeah, okay, sports isn't going on. I can adjust to that. But just going to the gym or going to play golf or going to get shots up, Kobe, things you just can't do anymore.
Right. And I mean, yeah, I can't. It's hard. Like I don't like shooting outside. I don't want to know if it's like messing up my shot or whatever. But it's just like skeptical. But I mean, on the bright side, I mean, if you're an athlete, this is kind of when you have to lock in and get ahead because it's so easy to just sit at home and do nothing. If you get caught up in doing that, you're like, I don't want to go out and go run or whatever. And I'll tell you what, I took probably a week off because I played football and I went straight into basketball. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a week off and then I'll get hard at it, right back into it, which is what I'm doing now. But I went and ran that first 2 miles I thought I had
Yeah, you were
coronavirus, an
you
asthma
were
attack or something.
you were gassed.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And I know there's going to be some athletes that are going to sit even longer than 2 weeks. They're going to sit this whole thing and then just try to get right back into action. It's not going to work like that. So, I mean, it's more than just, trying to entertain yourself sitting down and binge watching whatever. You got to, I mean, for me, you really do have to get like creative. And I don't want to just sit and watch things all day. And, now it's cold outside. So it's like, what is going on?
That's the killer.
Yeah.
If the weather
It's
was nice,
40 degrees.
yeah,
Yeah.
if the weather was nice, it'd make things a lot easier. But when it's 40 degrees and windy, I mean, who wants to
Yeah.
go outside?
Yeah,
Right.
I've been going fishing lately, and with this wind, you really can't go fishing. But I got plenty of time for trips now. All summer, no
Go ice
soccer's done.
fishing. I'm
So
surprised. Yeah, I was supposed
ice
to,
fish, the ice is about melted up north now.
I
It's almost that. Like the weather
mean,
it's getting warm now.
Minnesota's crazy, but like, yeah, it's still. I mean, because we were supposed to play in state, which we did, and we won the first game, so we were supposed to have that fun weekend, and then I was supposed to go on a cruise, and all of that. I mean, all of that got messed up, and so I didn't get to like have my signing with all my friends and family, the graduation. Might get I don't know if we're gonna have that. I don't know if we'll have a grad party, and
That's the
it's
thing.
just.
Like, so for seniors, you guys, so will you just whenever these restrictions go away, will you have a graduation party in like middle of July, a signing party in July? Will you just say, well, we'll just move on? I mean, how's that going to work? I mean, I know Kobe, I know your mom pretty well, and she seems like the kind of person that would want to celebrate your signing plus your graduation as well. Trystan, I can't speak for you.
Well, she's on the school board actually, and she's she was gonna be the one that gave me my diploma actually, and so that was gonna mean a lot to her. It was gonna mean to me, and it's just cool. Me and Trystan were gonna walk together, And so, it's just something that if it doesn't happen, everybody, remembers their graduation. You remember taking the cap off. I'm sure you remember it and throwing it in the air with all your friends. And that's kind of the last place you're ever with everybody from your school together, because after that,
you
walk out the doors
everywhere. Go wherever you want. Like start a new life, basically.
You'll never see some of those people again. So,
like they always say that, the old saying is the first time you walk into your high school is the beginning, and when you throw the cap up in the air, that's the end. So that's like and now that there's probably a sense of there's not a sense of finality to this for you guys. It's like it's a chapter that's never going to officially end until they do something. And I know after speaking to Mr. Haydock and Mr. Jackson last week, they really want to do something for you guys. So I would anticipate it happening. We just don't know what it looks like at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully something can happen, but it is what it is. You gotta, keep moving past it. Nothing. You can't. I'm not gonna sulk on it too long, because what good is that gonna do me? But
does it make you guys feel better? That's not the right word. Well, maybe it is. That like it's not just Wichita or Wichita area. This is
the whole U.S.
world.
It's nationwide. Yeah, worldwide.
Everybody has to do this. That's why when I ever get down and depressed and think this really bites, I think, okay, everybody else in our world is dealing with this.
It's crazy. And that's the craziest thing is, like, there's so many people. There's literally 7 billion people that have to deal with this right now. There's nobody that's not, like, being affected by this. Like, it's insane. Or, there's some people that just go out. I think they're idiots that just go out and still act like this is life is normal.
I agree with you.
At this point, I'm taking it serious because I think we all have people. It affects older people with underlying health problems. I'm not taking that risk. I'm not going to put my family at risk because I know I probably won't be affected by it. But I'm not like I just can't do it. I've seen so many other people like be affected by it, and at this point, like over 1,000 deaths, 2,000 deaths, like that's crazy. Because when it started as 1 death, I thought it was like Ebola. Oh, they're gonna get this figured out. Nope.
No, it's still going. It's been It's been close to a month now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's never gonna be gone now.
Yeah.
But let's see. I was looking at birthdays real quick. I see Eddie Murphy's birthday. Christopher London. You probably don't know him, Mr. Brown. And Cam Chancellor.
Legion of Doom, right?
Yeah. You said what?
Yeah. What they call Legion of
Legion of Doom. LOB. Gabriel,
that's right.
Gabriel Jesus. Adam Scott. If you he was from and was he in Step Brothers? He was the brother.
He's also in Parks and Rec.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I've never seen Parks and Rec. I've heard it's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's something that you watch.
Oh, I think if you like The Office, your Parks and Rec's right up there for you. Definitely.
Would I?
Yeah.
And I'm looking through these on this day in sports history. Bo Jackson signs a 1-year contract with the Chicago White Sox. I'm not really seeing anything too.
There wasn't a whole lot,
outlandish. This is a great one. Greg Popovich was ejected after an NBA record low 63 seconds. 63 seconds into the game.
That's a
Popovich. He won't coach any game that night.
Yeah, come on now.
Browning, that was against the Denver Nuggets. That's something Browning would do. Browning as a ref, he's quick to just throw those texts out. Feelings get hurt.
Get out. Whack.
But I don't think that might be it for right now. We're gonna start to get creative, though. I was telling Trystan.
I was gonna say something. We talked about this before we started recording. That we're gonna try and get some interviews now. So this presents a much better platform to do interviews than what in studio would be with all the logistics and technology. We can now get people zoomed in. So we're gonna try and get some guests, make this creative. We'll do the best we can, I guess.
We're gonna get creative with some of these topics, and because there's nothing current that's happening. Our show is based off of current events, current sports issues, and you don't have that anymore. So I think that's also gonna be refreshing. We're gonna have to really brainstorm and find some different things to talk about and do. So
absolutely.
And we don't have Josh either, so we're gonna get the whole crew back here soon. And you guys, got anything else to add? Talk about?
No, sir. I'll tell you this though. I'm so glad to see your guys' face. I miss you guys like crazy. This is awesome. I'm glad we get to do this.
Absolutely. Yeah. But if there's nothing else, I guess we'll see you guys on we're doing this again Tuesday. We're gonna try our best to do it Tuesdays and Fridays to get these in. And other than that, hope you enjoyed it. Peace out from the state champ. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Peace out.